Hello and welcome back to Starfield. In the last episode I said we were going to move on with some factions outside of the main story, but it has occurred to me I'm maybe getting a little bit ahead of myself. You see, there are actually a few more main story missions that are going to take me to some very useful places that I think I should follow on with, so we'll do that first, and then once I have a good lay of the land we can start branching out into the less focused factions that I really do want to play with. Now, I was wandering around New Atlantis here. I'm in the basement of the lodge, and this is where all the crafting stations are. I could not find any in New Atlantis, but they're in the basement of the lodge, of course. Thanks to Walter Stroud, an NPC upstairs, happening to mention it to me. I would not have known this was here otherwise. So I want to do a couple of modifications to a couple of things really quickly. Let's see, I can add an oxygen reserve to my backpack. I can add one bit of ballistic shielding to my helmet, which will give me 2 more points of physical resistance. It's not huge, but it's something. And I can put ballistic shielding on my spacesuit, which will get me another 7 points of physical resistance. Basically doesn't cost anything. I'll go ahead and do that. Everything else, you're going to need to learn more research for, which I am not particularly backed for, so I can't do much. Also, I noticed a new thing. The Constellation mission board. It's like bounties, but it's for Constellation, and it's mostly about finding traits on planets. What that means is when you go to a planet, they will have traits, which are things you scan in the world. For example, this one says the amphibious foothold in Maheo, and what that means is you'll look for a certain geological feature which is a trait of the planet, and you get paid a good amount for doing it. The one thing is, it's only telling you what system it's in. It could be on any of the dozen planets in any of these systems. But in the interest of just casting the widest net possible, I should probably take all of these. So I'm just going to grab them, and if I happen to find these as I'm going out in the world, then I can just do them, and randomly at some point in like 20 hours I will find a diseased biosphere in Eridani and get 13,000 credits, which is great. While I'm down here, do they have a research lab? Yes. Have I researched everything that I'm allowed to without taking points and stuff? Seems like it. It might be worth taking my next skill point, which I'm on the verge of getting another one of, and putting that in. I can't go weapon engineering because you need to put more points in science. What could I take in science? Well, I do want to get 2 more points in medicine anyway, probably. At least 1. But that's going to require a pretty big grind to get through. So is there 2 other things, or 2 other levels if anything, in science I want? Reduce the amount of items to research. So far that hasn't been a problem. Not really, anyway. But maybe it gets much worse later on. Early science is so terrible. Some of this late game stuff's really good though, it's annoying. I think what I'll do then is point in research methods and get at least 1 on it, and then maybe I can grind myself up to 50 heals and unlock the next rank of that, and then I can get weapon engineering. So in 3 levels, I could actually start making weapon mods. Those starting skills are important, it would seem. So I'm going to do Into the Unknown, which is telling me to go to Procyon 3, the Scanner Anomaly. I think this is the first. Well, I won't spoil it, but let's just say there's a mechanic in this game that I am going to bully very, very much. And if this is the mission I think it is, you're about to be very entertained if you like watching me bully games for stupid things. So we want to look for the Scanner Anomaly, which is the... See how my scanner is wibbling and there's a big tower over there? Yeah, we want to go over there. Let's head over to where this is taking me. Octomaggot Grazers. Lovely. Well, this is a wonderful planet, isn't it? Here we are though, Temple Eta. Now this whole mechanic is very disappointing to me. Not only do we do this exact same building genuinely dozens of times in a playthrough, you are then encouraged to do it again in the New Game Plus to unlock other things. And it's the exact same building with the exact same minigame. So, let's step inside and see what I'm talking about. So, here we are. We're floating around. Turn my game volume down, that's deafening me. So, this little spinny thing is gonna spin in the middle. And we are going to see these appear. We need to fly through them, and we need to do it before they disappear. It's like a little time trial. And if the music is particularly audible on your end, it probably isn't, it will make the discs spin faster, and it will make the notes of the theme of all this play. and then when it gets to its peak, you can do something. I might miss this a couple of times because it does get kind of fast towards the end. Yeah, I missed that one, I think. Missed it again. And yeah, you do this dozens of times. There is no difference to the mechanic. And it's genuinely a major disappointment to me in Starfield, because the rest of the game's so good. But they just decided that this was enjoyable enough to do dozens of times. I missed that one again, oh my god. I will cut to when I actually succeed in this time trial. There we go. That was way longer than it had any right to be. So, the spinny discs stop, and then we go through to start a cutscene. There we go. What was all that about? Well, we're about to see. If we now go into my main menu here and select powers, I now have powers. So if we favourite this one, because it is quite good, it's called anti-gravity field, this power. And if I use it, it'll do this. And basically this will make all your enemies fly. Some enemies are immune to it, I'm not 100% sure how it works yet. But it makes them go up and they can't shoot at you or attack you or anything. If you think that that is eerily similar to a mechanic from Skyrim, you would be correct. In fact, if you're making jokes in the comments section along the lines of something in the words of Fus Roda, that's literally in this game. You don't say Fus Roda, it's called like Gravity Wave, but it is the exact same effect, and it's extremely lazy and disappointing, and it's made even more extremely lazy and disappointing by an aspect of the story, which I will point out as soon as it doesn't become boilery to say it, because they're a major part of the main storyline. But let's just say that one of the parts of the main storyline has a name, and the name is really depressingly uncreative, and it sounds something like something from Skyrim. And this whole mechanic just feels like it was shoehorned in because Skyrim was successful, so we have to put it in this game as well. Now the powers are useful, but genuinely, at least 50% of the ones I've found so far are straight from Skyrim, even to the point of having not the exact same name, but basically the same name. There's one called Creator's Piece. People who have played Skyrim may remember the shout ability called Kind's Piece, which made animals stop attacking you. This Creator's Piece makes everybody stop attacking you. So it is Voice of the Emperor, the effect, I think it was in Skyrim, it might have been in Oblivion, with a new name, with the name just being a slight flavor switch of Kind's Piece. I find that whole aspect of the main storyline to be terribly uninspired, but the rest of the game makes up for it in my opinion. There always has to be some little annoying thing with a Bethesda game. Now let's go back to the lodge.
Crix's bones. Look at you.
Hi.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna start doing some scans. Like, right now.
We were right about the anomaly, weren't we? Tip our ears on the tale.
It gave me powers. Powers!
What in the blackest sea are you going on about? What did it do to you?
I can turn invisible.
Vladimir, look at these readings.
That is a power as well,
Cardiovascular
actually,
and
but it's not the one I have.
neurological levels aren't in the normal range.
I think we're going to need a little demonstration. Mind putting the paces to it?
Sure thing, Arngeir. Weirdly, they don't fly because of that.
Right?
They should be.
Like a literal gift from the heavens.
And also the most practical consequence of our little venture thus far.
Got no old shipwise for this one. Going to just call weird, weird. So we have artifacts, a temple, and this power. All connected.
Can we find more of them?
Yeah.
Already picked one up from the scans.
Funny that.
Matches another one of the artifacts we found. In theory, there might be one temple for each.
There is.
But sifting through all the signs to identify a match is tricky. Impossible if we don't have the right artifact to compare. And even then, it takes time.
I'll follow up on the other anomaly you found. Hopefully it's another temple.
Don't think it's just fortune's left that this temple responded to you. The artifacts, the visions, this power you've gotten, all seems to be the same song somehow. Plenty to think about. Anyway, catch a smile out there. I'll work on finding planet anomalies that match the other artifacts we have.
Anyway, I got a skill point there. I'm going to chuck that in 1 rank of research methods. And then we got a mission here. Oh, it didn't give me the mission. Oh, Power from the Beyond. It's not actually a main storyline quest, so I'm not actually going to do it because I've played Skyrim. I have no desire to accumulate all these different powers and see what they do because I used all these powers and played with them to great glee when I was like 10 years old when Skyrim came out, so why would I care about these powers again? They are admittedly much more useful in this game. Shouts were kind of hit or miss in Skyrim. There was a couple of good ones. They are actually quite useful in this game at least, but they are terribly uninspired and they are a very repetitive game mechanics, so I'll get them if I'm near them, but I'm not going to really focus on those superpowers. So the last actual main storyline one we have here is the empty nest. Ugh, we have to talk to Sam Coe.
And you must be the latest poor fool to get dragged into our dysfunctional little family.
You must be Sam Coe, the Freestar Collective expert. He's just a citizen of the Freestar Collective. I don't think he's an expert.
Whoa. I know a few dark sides of the Aquila Moons, but if you're looking for deep history lessons, well, I'm gonna fall asleep before you do.
See, you say that and then he
Trust
does
me.
go on to do it.
Don't encourage him. Kuriko, by the way. Hi.
Silence, child. Let's just say good to meet the
Nice to
child.
meet anyone brave enough to fly the frontier.
Hey, don't spook our new friend. Frontier's a fine ship.
Have you seen what I've done to it?
Honest. Now, let's talk business. Sarah tell you about the expedition?
I really don't listen to Sarah, so let's just say I do know, and then you
Sure
can give
enough.
me a
That's
notepad
where we're heading.
document.
The three of us are heading to Aquila for a settled planet of the Freestar Collective and, not coincidentally, the home of their capital, Aquila City. We'll land in the city's spaceports, but the frontier's our goal. It's rough country. Spawned a lot of stories.
Mm-hmm,
And
we're
I
going
got a
to
lead
Space
on the
Wild
tail
West.
That, makes me think one thing. Artifact.
Let's go.
Okay. We'll meet you on board your ship. Talk more when we get there.
Landing site is clear. Let's head down.
Here we are. My frame rate always goes to shit in this town, by the way, so sorry if that looks terrible on your guys'
Write
end.
it down so I can carry a copy with me.
Still continuing that conversation.
All right, we're here. You ready? Because once we get started, I'm gonna be riding your tail till this is over.
Okay.
There's something you should know up front. I'm a Coe. As in Solomon Coe, first man on Aquila. That tale I mentioned before, the one I think is connected to an artifact, it's something of a family legend. After planetfall, Solomon spent years mapping Aquila. And he found a tiny little patch of nothing on his sensors. The kind of nothing an artifact produces. He called it the Empty Nest. Said it was a place even the wildlife of Aquila wouldn't go.
So I'm going to tell you guys a little interesting fact about me. When I'm recording my videos and I edit them and I listen to them back and I hear that I've had a very hoarse voice at some point in the process, it makes me really want to cough while I'm editing, and listening to this man speak has the exact same effect. Please clear your throat, Sam, okay? Stop gargling glass, drink some water, and talk like a normal person. Find Empty Nest, then the artifact.
Solomon's maps are locked up tight in the local gal bank. We'll be heading there.
Funny that.
Hold it. By order of Marshal Daniel Blake, I need to inform you we've got some trouble at Gal Bank. Folks might be in danger, so you may want to steer clear.
Never a dull moment around here.
I know you. You're Sam Coe. Marshal will be damn glad to have another Freestar Ranger helping out.
Afraid your information is a couple years out of date.
I'll keep that all in
You
mind.
think you might be able to help out? You could talk to the Marshal.
Well, we
Truth
have
is,
to help the
last I
Marshal.
heard,
Because the
things
stuff's
weren't
in the
going
bank.
so good.
Well, I doubt those robbers are gonna let us leisurely peruse the gal bank vault. We better see if we can help move this situation along.
Drink some water, Sam.
Feels like I spent half my life trying to get out of this place.
Sam, shut the fuck up. There's a hostage situation. I'm trying to listen.
You find someone we can trust and maybe we will.
Joke.
Like who?
Not you, not one of your rangers, and not these city guards neither.
What the hell am I supposed to do with that?
You need to stand back now.
Okay, I'll stop looking at your bald spot. Sounds like you could use some help.
I don't mean to be rude, but I don't know you. Now please, stand back.
Aquila City at its finest, I see. Never a dull moment.
Well, I'll be damned. Sam Coe. Been a long time. I won't hold my breath about you being here to take the badge again. Listen, Sam, just so you know, I don't blame you for how it went down. For the others, though, you might get a different reception.
Thanks. I appreciate you saying so. But I figure some of that reception is owed. Still, I appreciate the sentiment, Marshal. It seems you got a situation. My friend here may be the answer you're looking for.
All right, Sam. I'll trust your judgment on this one. Some folks from the Shaw gang tried to rob the place, but they got spotted by a guard. They took everyone inside hostage, and now they're keeping a watch so we can't move against them. They're using the intercom to communicate.
I feel like being a dick. Sounds like they got the drop on you pretty good. Embarrassing, really.
Well, that's real damn helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. They won't talk to me. Say they don't trust the badge. They want a neutral negotiator.
I wouldn't trust you
In other
either.
words, they didn't have a plan for this, so they're stalling while they come up with one.
Maybe I can talk some sense into them.
All right, I'm willing to allow that. But a few things first. Say what you have to, but whatever they ask for, there's no way in hell I'm giving it to them. Also, there are lives at stake, so don't get cavalier. Find out what they want, and then report back to me.
Take it slow and steady. Look for every opportunity to de-escalate. You got this.
Hey, you in the bank.
Sam,
I'm
listen to me. Listen to
Listen
me. Listen to me, Sam.
Hands where I can see.
I'm in
And
charge.
don't try nothing.
Fix your beard. Not like that. And shut up. Why is the hair broken? Is there something wrong with my game right now? This guy's hair is like fading in and out of existence. Is it radiation? Should we be evacuating the right hostage crisis? Right, hang on. Hello, Dominoes.
You're the negotiator, huh?
Mm-hmm.
If you think you're just gonna walk up here and get us to surrender, you're dead wrong.
Let's just get this
Sounds
over
like
with.
you don't really give a damn.
Correct.
So tell me, stranger, how do I know you're gonna deal straight with us?
Because you're not the only one who's had trouble with the law.
I heard that. Okay, so let's talk.
Tell me your
We want
demands.
to guarantee a safe passage to the spaceport and a ship. We'll drop the hostages off somewhere safe in the system. After that, we'll radio back where they are, and the Marshal and his crew can come and get them. But if anybody follows us when we break orbit, we start shooting people. Got it?
Sure you don't just want pizza? Take a while to get your ship.
3-star Rangers have got ships. They can give us one of them. This whole
A
damn
ship would be
job's
tracked,
gone
friend.
wrong.
Why would you want one of their ships?
It's
You're an
supposed to be
amateur. You're an amateur.
Clean and simple, you know? So let's all try to keep our heads, yeah? Because my guys, they're going crazy in here. I don't know how much longer we can last.
Let's try and persuade them. It's not too late to end this
What do you
peacefully.
mean?
Give up now and you'll do sometime, sure, but nowhere near as much as you would as if a hostage dies.
Damn it. I didn't think of it that way.
You didn't think at all. There's no good outcome for you here. If you give up now, at least you still have your lives.
Yeah.
Oh, it worked!
I don't think any of us is ready to die here. Nobody's been hurt. So maybe the judge won't come down too hard on us.
Really shouldn't have succeeded there. I got lucky.
I think this has gone on long enough. You go tell the Marshal we'll come quietly.
You'd make a decent ranger with the way you handled that.
Shut up. Don't you dare, okay? Don't you dare ever suggest I would make good law enforcement. You spit on my name.
They've got the Marshal by the balls.
Thanks for the
Those
update, Frank.
guys are scared. I can tell. What's the word?
They've agreed to come quietly.
I'll be a son of an Ashta. How'd you pull that off?
I offered them pizza.
Considering those are Shaw's people, that's damn near a miracle. Here, you've more than earned this. You got us out of a tough spot, and you did it with courage that's not common. As a matter of fact,
No.
you... If you're interested, head on over to the Rock and ask for Emma Wilcox. She handles the new recruits.
I'm not here to roleplay as a
All right.
cowboy.
Now that lives aren't on the line, let's get back in Galbank, see if we can get those maps.
Okay, we'll take it from here.
Yeah, because you did such a good job the first time. Oh, I hate these people.
Nice job.
I've had quite enough excitement for now.
Shaw Gang's gone too far this time.
I need to get the fuck out of this
I
town.
suppose I'll have to write a report.
You know, just ask the bank guy to do this shit for us. It's his job, and I just
now
saved his
remember,
life.
Solomon was from an earlier generation.
Not from Sam.
So it's not gonna be... Oh, no. Jacob. Of course that old mule saw this coming.
Yeah, Jacob, that fucker.
There we do. I was hoping to avoid the estate when we landed. Cora's gonna be so mad.
Do I take the opportunity to persuade? No, I don't even have a point in it, so, like, I don't care. You need those maps.
Yeah, you're right. Let's do this.
I don't have the next rank of persuasion, so I can't, like, contribute to a skill. So I have no interest in persuading some incredible information about whoever the fuck Jacob is out of Sam. I'll look him up on Space Facebook later, it's fine. Where are those fucking wind chimes? I will eradicate them. Where are they? Something you should all know about me is I despise wind chimes. Stupid things. Stupid thing. Wind makes sound. You don't need chimes. Put on a radio or something if you want sound. You don't need to hear the wind. You can already hear the wind.
That's the Rock. Ranger Central. Not a bad bar, too.
Well, fucking ass.
Whatever you were aiming at is so dead, it's like it never was there.
I wish. In here? Co-estate, that would be the one. Hello, guy, just standing in the middle of his room being weird. Can I shoot him?
Well, well. Sam Coe finally decides to darken our doorstep again.
You know why I'm here.
Oh? And what's that? You come to your senses? Realize where you ought to be for once?
I ain't asking again.
You ain't asked once. Let's hear it. I want you to say the words about what's more important to you than family.
Okay, this was a mistake.
The only mistake I'm seeing here is you. Bringing your Constellation lackey here instead of my granddaughter.
Who you calling a
Come to
lackey?
help Sam loot his ancestry? You're not getting those maps.
Yeah, Sam, you talk to
I
whoever
got just as much right to those
this
maps
guy is.
as anyone else in this family.
That's exactly right, Sam. We all share Solomon's legacy. Only some of us are around to live up to it, and some of us aren't.
All right, that's enough. Come on, let's you and I talk. In private.
Welcome home, Sam. Make your visit short, okay? It's what you do.
Yeah, the way you handle things, not bad. Not bad.
Stop talking to me.
Give me a sec. All right, let's talk options.
I could speak to him,
You're
he might
flying
see
in the face
reason.
of my 30-plus years experience with the man, but all right. I hope you like arguing.
Sam, I just convinced a bunch of bank robbers to come quietly with no demands and no guarantees of their safety. I can get your fucking maps.
What do you want? Constellation?
That's what you could come up with? The name of the organization I work with? Don't sneer at me, I'm sneering at you, okay? Come up with better insults, moron.
That's not your decision, is it? It's co-property by birthright. It stays here.
The sooner you agree, the sooner we're out of your house.
Maybe you're right.
I'm definitely right,
Can't
that's how
believe
that
I'm
works.
saying this. But if it'll get you out of my hair, then fine. You can have the maps. They're in the other room, here. Key.
You're lucky Sam's here and he's an essential character, or I would have just shot you for them. Maps. Sam. Really interesting
All right.
door, huh?
Let's see if we can find the empty nest. All right, let me think. The way I heard it, the readings he was getting were normal at first, then they bottomed out. And no creature, alien or otherwise, would dare step inside. There. Found it. Oh boy. That's a problem.
We can handle it.
Well, you ain't wrong. But let's take a look at what we're up against. First, it's in the middle of the frontier, which we already expected. No problems there, but the usual tussling with alien wildlife.
I can fly.
But the empty nest is a cave right in the middle of Shawgang territory. Same outlaws who held up Galbank.
Bro, I was hoping we were done with them.
Me too. But there's no help in it. We're gonna have to get through them and the local wildlife to get to that cave.
Okay, genocide it is. Here we are. I think I see a guy there. Get to the artifact. Well, I see no way of peacefully doing this. I'm just gonna start shooting at them. It's quite dark, though. Bloody turrets suck. I need to get into closer quarters. It's too dark to snipe them with a pistol. I'm gonna take advantage of all the damage I'm taking because I need to level my medicine skill anyway. It's a magazine.
Take the good stuff. Leave the rest.
Shut up, Sam.
Not gay.
Me, though.
That's a big chunk of silver.
You will. Nobody's gonna miss you. Too much. Get out of here.
Anyone else still alive around here?
There you are. Nobody's gonna miss you.
What are you talking about? You just missed me. I need the XP more than the wildlife does, buddy. Get back here. I need to kill you. Those were his final words. Alright. We've secured our exit. Let's head inside. Hello. I have an idea. The other one fly? Nah, he ran. Use more ammo for this.
You wanna mess with me and my friend? Ha!
I'm not your friend, Sam. Is this helmet better than mine? Probably, actually. The physical resistance boost is quite a bit, and that's mostly what this thing does anyway, so I'll take it.
I've had enough of this.
Ooh, landmines. Poison landmines. Sam, are you sure we're not just actually fighting civilians? They're screaming like bitches when I shoot them.
You're not taking me out.
What was that about not taking you out? Here we go. Stab, 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 stab. Gimme.
You're fine. Let's get going.
Need more pistol ammo. Oh, am I out of healing? Well, I'm not out of healing, but I might be out of med packs. I might have to switch over back to trauma packs for a while I accumulate more med packs. It's fine, they're better. It's just it's more wasteful to use them. Oh no. People. I hate people.
I think that's far enough. Hate to put a hole in the head of Akila's own prodigal son. Least not before we've had a word.
You must be Shaw.
What I am is disappointed. Sam Coe in the flesh, and he's peddling around the frontier with the has-beens of Constellation. Now you got past my crew, who I pay quite handsomely, I might add.
Consider giving them armor.
Something from that weird cave. Probably whatever's been keeping the Ashta away. So, I'm down one hideout. Now, let's talk about what all that's worth to me. Your lives, your credits. One or the other, really.
Oh, as much as I would love to kill her.
Oh, really? Let's hear it.
We got past all your crew before. You fight us, you lose.
Tough talk. But you've backed it up so far, I'll admit.
This is an important discovery. I'm happy to settle this the old-fashioned way.
Try me if you're so tough.
Oh, please do. You're wasting my time.
I'm not trying to make your life difficult, you know?
Sounds like you are.
Fine. Get the hell out of here before I change my mind.
Enjoy being eaten
I
by the
see you
space
again.
wolves, though.
You're dead.
Boss, it's the Ashta.
You. This is your fault. You better lend us a hand.
Eat shit, Shaw, like I give a fuck. In fact, I might just watch. It's very dark, I should get closer if I want to watch. This shall be my perch.
There's a little touch and go there.
Well, Shaw, it has been fun.
Last mistake you'll make.
She's still alive. I'll take all this.
From it.
Judging by the shape of it, it's probably one of those things in one of the temples. I mean, it looks like 3 rings to me.
As far as we know, we could be building a gigantic bomb that will blow up as soon as we finish it.
God, I hope
Or
so.
maybe it's some kind of interstellar children's toy.
As long as I can beat
Why
you to
would
death
either
with it,
of those
that's fine
things
too.
Give the Discoverer visions and music. It's a message. I'm sure of it.
We just have to hope that finding more of the pieces will give us some clue.
I hear that. Moving forward sometimes means fumbling around in the dark. I think Cora and I can use some downtime, but you let me know if you ever want to team up again. Oh, and since it tends to come up, me and my Rugrat co-pilot work as a team. That's non-negotiable. If I'm coming with, that means Cora's on your ship. Likewise.
Smell you later.
You know where to find us.
Skill point. Let's take another. Oh wait, I can't do research. I need to make 5 unique things. I can do that quite quickly. The boosted this one. I got some neon and some helium. I can make a better like laser sight on that. I got focus nozzle, which is what I like. I got some titanium. I could make a better grip, but I could really go for an ergonomic grip with some adhesive. That would give me better ADS speed. Can't make any of these. Oh no, I can. And for the receiver, semi-automatic, I need titanium. Okay. I actually know a pretty good place for titanium. Wait until you see this. I'm a genius. We go over to Seoul and go over to Titan. Would you believe it's covered in titanium? I think you can also buy it from New Homestead, but if I'm gonna bother my ass to go to another planet and land on it, I'll probably just mine my own titanium, thanks. So let's land there. Well, let's run out here and see if I can find any resources. There's some lead. I don't think I need much lead, but it doesn't hurt. Here's some titanium. There's titanium growing on the side of a wind turbine. I don't know if that's accurate. There, I found all the types of resources on Titan. Now I just need to find traits if I want a full scan of this. Alright, I've run over to this place. See if there's anybody guarding it. If I've came all this way, I might as well kill a bunch of people, right? Ah, it's ecliptic. Ooh. Not bad. Although it would be better if the beams were more focused. But that's kind of the point of the Orion. It's like a double-barrel laser rifle. But you can get like a focuser that makes it better. Jeez, you did a lot of damage. He's shooting me through the airlock. Oh, someone's coming in the airlock behind me, I think. I have 15 minutes to prepare for that, of course. Ah, they're shooting through the airlocks. I think everybody's dead, but there's probably more loot to be had. Panacea, a complete system purge removing diseases, poisons, treating injuries of any sort, very tiring to use. Okay. You'd think you would see a bit more of that in the galaxy. Button. Ammo. Meds. There's a spaceship. I don't think it's really of interest to me. I don't think I can steal it. Let's head inside here. Is it a proper interior? No, so there's probably no enemies in here. Oh, never mind, there will be then. Oh, hello. Permanently increases tool grip weapon damage by 2%. Presumably the mining tool is what it means there. Plus associated things. Hello. Oh, that's a decently high level one. Anything good hiding back here? Lacerate rip shank. So no is what you're telling me. Rapid combat knife. That's instigating now. That I can work with. I think that's all that's in here, but I will let you know if there is anything of note in here. Otherwise, let's head back to New Homestead, I think the town in this world is called, and see if I can buy the remaining components I need to make the final mods to my guns.
Sure thing.
Let's see, what resources do you have? The stuff I need, probably. No adhesive immediately, I'm seeing, which is a bit of an issue, because that is what I need. Helium-3 and stuff, though. There we go, he does have titanium and a lot more of it than I was able to gather. Still, that helps.
Come back anytime.
Might have to go back to Jemison to get some glue, though. And honestly, to even make the modifications, I doubt they have a weapons bench around here. No, not one at the bar. Right, let's go back to the ship, drop off these materials, head back to Jemison, see if I can buy the rest of the materials, and we can make the final modifications to my weapons and stuff. There we go, she has adhesive. Everything else I think I'm good on, so let me head over to the lodge and make the final modifications to my weapons. Let's see, precision tuning for a little bit more accuracy and range. A laser sight for even more accuracy. Then on the Solstice I'll get a long barrel with a laser sight for even more accuracy on that. An ergonomic grip for more accuracy. Precision tuning, you get the gist. And then semi-automatic, what am I missing? Do I not have receiver mods? Oh, that's annoying. At the next level I can get weapons engineering 1, but what do you need to actually research receivers 1? Receivers. 1, you need weapons engineering 3. Ugh, that sucks. Well, you really do need a lot of materials for some of these. Good thing I took that skill. Yeah, that is gonna suck. But my pistol does work pretty well, even in full auto. It just would be better if it wasn't. Get ballistic shielding on this helmet as well for even more boosted damage resistance. There we go. My gear is all upgraded and I have a really good rifle now. Oh, the laser sight's yellow. Weird choice, but I'm fine with it. So the last thing I'm going to do is talk with Walter Stroud, who's going to start us on the next leg of this adventure. Let's say I am ready.
My star system, then. I admit I'm a little excited.
But that is all going to have to wait for the next episode if I decide to do one. This Starfield series has been an experiment in seeing how people would respond to it and if they really wanted it to continue. And honestly, these videos have been doing, quite frankly, very poorly. They are solid like 9 or 10 out of 10 on the 10 most recent videos in terms of views, which isn't what you like to see on new content. Now, I don't want to completely abandon Starfield. I'm enjoying the game, there are people who like it, and I do still want to branch into games that aren't 7 Days to Die. But I think this 5-episode experiment has shown that at the very least, Starfield is not a game that goes well with my content style. So what we're going to do is bring back IzPrebuilt live streams. That is on this channel, by the way. I don't have a second channel for that. It'll just be here. If you're someone who likes Starfield and doesn't like live streams, sorry. It's just the way it has to be. I have to make a compromise somewhere, and I think the best way to keep Starfield going without tanking my channel's views is probably going to be to do live streams. The live streams will stay up, so if you're someone who doesn't mind watching VODs, you will have those available to you. I'm not sure when I'm going to start doing those live streams, so you are going to have to subscribe and keep track of that. I would expect to see one next week, and whatever days I decide to do those, that'll be when we do Starfield. For my regular viewers, we're going to be doing some 7 Days to Die Darkness Falls. I am looking to do a new style of content though. Not necessarily in my format, I still want to do series because you guys really like them, but I think rather than focusing all of my effort on one game at one time, I should do multiple series at the same time. So Darkness Falls alongside something else. Now you may say, why not Starfield? And the Starfield videos have just been doing so poorly, despite the player count being extremely high, that it just tells me that Starfield isn't where my content should be. It's not necessarily that the content is bad, but it's certainly not the content that the Starfield viewers want to see, and that is completely fine. fine. I harbour no ill will or salt about that, but it seems if I am going to be introducing a second game, it probably shouldn't be Starfield. It just doesn't mix with what any of my viewers really seem to want, and that is completely fine. So, Starfield live streams coming up. We'll continue this playthrough. It'll just be like doing 1 or 2 live streams a week instead of completely cutting it out or trying to make this work when it just isn't. So I'm sorry if you were really enjoying this format, but the series will continue on in spirit. In the meantime though, a special thank you to my members and patrons. If you want to become one of those, you can find the links down in the description. If you've watched this video, you'll probably be interested in another one. I would recommend the one on the top right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.